Okay, everybody, just a quick little disclaimer. If you're under the age of 18, you probably shouldn't be watching this because this is not meant for kids. So we are not going to accept any responsibility on that end, but the risk is basically your responsibility to take. Otherwise, let's get started. All right.
That's okay.
So.
I usually cry right before I go to bed too.
Well, okay. Well, that's a
That's a
fantastic.
joke.
That's a fantastic thing to open the stream on.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, that's me. I cry before I go to bed.
I can relate to that.
Are you okay? Do you need a hug?
Probably.
I would hug you if I was there.
Fantastic.
I would hug back because I like hugs. Anyways.
I like hugs too, yeah.
Well,
hugs are great.
All right, so welcome to the Insanimators, everybody. Hope you're all going to have a fun time with us and all of our crazy BS. But otherwise, hope you're going to have fun with us today. And this week we have a very special guest. Her name is Michelle Renee, otherwise known as Giggles.
Hi.
She's currently working on a little project of her own that we're going to start fixing the pop filter that we're going to start tapping into a little bit today. So do you want to introduce yourself, talk about what you do and what kind of things you like to work on and such, what you've done in the past?
Sure. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, absolutely. Well, as he said, my name is Michelle Renee. But everybody, at least my fan base, and my community know me as Giggles. I primarily narrate creepypasta, and you can see some of my voice work on Mr. Creepypasta's channel. Mostly is like different characters. And aside from that, though, I'm also a musical theater actress. And I have a couple of up-and-coming projects, but the one that our buddy Ark here is talking about is called The Ingenue Show. And that's basically about, no one really knows what an ingenue is anymore. It's a type of stock character. And she is aware that her style's kind of going out of, it's like the fad is fading out. So she's trying to stay relevant by interviewing other people's characters that just happen to be villains.
I don't see very many people or projects getting into anything like that. It's like, for me, it's kind of like taking the concept of Megamind to another level.
I love Megamind.
That's interesting that you say that because so kind of like the character, I've always loved villain characters. They're not my favorite, but I've always found them really interesting and kind of something to play with. And before Megamind, there was this kind of short film starring Neil Patrick Harris called Dr. Horrible Sing-Along Blog. And that's kind of what started it for me. But everybody remembers Megamind before they remember Dr. Horrible.
I haven't heard of that one before. Neil Patrick Harris, huh?
Yeah. Oh, it was great. And then Nathan, what was his name? Nathan something was in it too as Captain Hammer, the hero. I feel like it was really funny.
I feel like I should know the name you're talking about, but I'm drawing a blank right now.
It's not Nathan Lane. He's the Broadway guy. It's Nathan. Is it Nathan Price? Is that who I'm thinking of? Nathan Price. Who the heck am I thinking of? Not Nathan Price. Hold on. This is gonna bother the heck out of me. Dr. Horrible. Nathan Fillion.
Wow, I don't think I've heard that name before, actually.
Oh, he's like on Castle. I haven't really watched Castle. I really only know him from Dr. Horrible, but everybody else seems to really know his name, so I just kind of throw it out there because he was part of Dr. Horrible Sing-Along Blog.
Well, do you have do you know what kind of villains you're doing first for this for the Ingenue show?
I'm actually gonna do some of my own villains first. Like I said, I have a lot of projects that I either want to be animated or an audio drama or etc. etc. I have some adaptions for stage that I'd really like to do. So I just figured while I was getting to know other creators and letting my character interview theirs, I figured I would start with my own just to kind of stall, but also show off, hey, this is what's coming in the next years, decade.
Sounds like a load of fun, actually.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
So we we at the Insanimators like to help out a lot of indie creators and get their projects promoted so more people can find out what they are. And yours,
Oh,
sorry, dropping a bunch of things off my desk.
that's okay.
Yeah, yours is an interesting one, not because I'm a part of it.
Right.
But mainly because it's an interesting concept to just have for those of you that I think you already explained what an ingenue is, right?
I haven't. Should I do that?
If you want, otherwise I can do it.
I will. I love talking about ingenues. So okay, folks. So what an ingenue is she's kind of, I want to say, an ancient kind of stock character. She really has very much gone out of style. What an ingenue is she is the young, wholesome, very innocent, very chaste. That's Chaste, not Chased. She's very innocent and wholesome and endearing. And she's usually like the damsel in distress, or like, the captain's daughter, someone very wholesome, who's usually the reward for the hero. And growing up, I saw her everywhere, and I loved that kind of character. She was like Snow White, or if you are a fan of Sweeney Todd, she was Joanna. I've always loved characters like that. But, nowadays in 2020, there's so many tough girl roles, which is great, but we had forgotten about, that very fragile, very delicate, feminine kind of stock character. So the whole project was really just trying to be like, this is what an ingenue is, because everybody's forgetting about her.
Understandable.
Yeah, I don't see that happening very much. And I thought it was kind of interesting because that's not the type you would usually see, like, specifically seeking out the villain types.
Yeah, that's kind of the irony with that, I think, too.
Yeah, so for me, it's going to be a lot of fun to kind of help out with that, because I really want to see what kind of ideas this can bring up.
Oh, totally.
Yep. So what we also like to do with the Insanimators is we like to get questions, from our audience to try to usually to learn a little bit more about the creator themselves, about the project the creator is working on, or just silly questions for the sake of entertainment.
I like this.
I would hope you do, Dom. You're part of the cast.
Yeah, 90% of the things that aren't silly bore me, and, well, I tend to not pay attention when I'm bored.
I mean, fair enough.
Also, Mason, I hope you know, Mason, that Germ saying things to me would not make me cry.
Aww.
So, yeah.
Give me a second on that, because I'm pretty sure...
He tried.
AF.
Anyway, so we're going to start getting into a few of these questions. And I think we already touched on one of those, which Mason asked, this project of yours, was it? And then, yeah, we just answered that. But he did also ask, and trust me, this is him asking, not me. Is Ark's role in your project minor or major?
It's a bit minor, I'm not gonna lie. I've cast Ark as one of my more interesting heroes from other stories. He's one of those ones that like kind of jumps around from different story to different story, just being the good guy. But having said that, in this particular project, he's kind of minor, kind of recurring, where obviously like heroes and ingenues kind of go together in a way. But because he kind of doesn't have time for her, he's off, being cast and everything, or being a hero that's not forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
She's kind of like, fine, forget you. I'm going to go over here and do my thing. So he'll be there just kind of like every now and then, I would say.
Wow, thinking of Ark being a hero. His voice definitely doesn't bring the enthusiasm that a hero.
Yeah, not usually.
I thought that he sounded like a good fit for the character.
Yeah, usually in most typical settings, I'm usually just kind of like, usually really dry, just kind of droning on and getting, my words out. But
Higher than the.
Oh.
yeah, but let me get into my recording space, and I'm pretty sure I can get the effort out for some emotion.
Do it
You're
right now. I
fine.
dare you.
Dom, I swear to fuck.
I double dare you.
You
Sure.
said the F word on the radio.
Oh man, we're gonna get demonetized. Oh wait, we're not even monetizing this.
I know that feel.
So I think we're gonna start going down this list. And the first one is for you from our own Germ. Has anything inspired your character design? If so, what is your inspiration?
My character design. Well, I would have to say actually, so I wore this one outfit for this cute little like quarantine TikTok thing. I don't know if this is like a thing or not, but it's like we made one of those things where everybody films themselves getting slapped and then they slap back and then it switches to the next person. They react to getting slapped and then they slap the next person. It's like a long distance slap chain. Okay, I didn't know if that was a thing or not. But one of the one of the other creepypasta narrators whom I'm close with was getting all the narrators together, and he was like, "Hey, let's do one of these things now that we're all quarantined, in the beginning of the year." So I was like, "Oh, okay." And he wanted me to start. So I was like, "Shoot, how do I initiate an entire slap chain?" So I was like, "What if I got really classy with it?" And I dressed up like a very vintagey lady, and I took off my glove very delicately, and I just threw it at the camera. So that's what I did. I really just threw on like anything that I thought looked vintage, and I was like, I like this look. It's kind of Love Witch at the same time, kind of original. So I knew I wanted to make a character out of it. So that's where the design aspect came from, just my own wardrobe.
Is that part of what inspired the character that you have for your that you showed us at least for your immature?
The character, you mean the one that I am on Ingenue the Ingenue?
Well, okay. So I'm gonna start that question with the it was a photo of yourself in the character you had made.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay, so her name is Giggles. We have the same name. The one of me in the blue, correct?
Yes.
I think.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume it's that one. She was actually an old idea that I had when I was 16 years old. No, not 16. I was about 15. No, I was right the first time. I was 16 years old, and that's about 9 years ago from now, a long time ago. I'm a devout Christian, you see, and so I went to Christian summer camp, and we have these great games, and there is a theme every year. And so one year the theme was all in. It was like card game casino themed. And I was like, ooh, I want to dress up. I want to make a character out of this. So I kind of made this girl who is like the physical manifestation of the term poker face. So I kind of expanded that over the years because I just liked her so much. She just kind of speaks monotone, and whenever you play games with her, you can never tell what she's thinking. So I kind of expanded her, and she became this fictional character who fully knows that she is a fictional character. And her whole goal is to become real one day.
Right.
So if you gamble against her, watch out because she'll steal your existence.
I can see a lot of it, and I actually have the image up on the computer at the moment. Sorry to cut you off on that, but we'll get back to you in a second, Mason. But yeah, this is the image that she's talking about, and honestly, I find it freaking adorable. I love it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Anyway.
A lot more backstory than Mike.
I mean, I had her for the whole first 5 years. I think I had no idea what I was doing with her, and then I kind of solidified it more recently than you think. It takes time, buddy.
I'm constantly working on things.
Boredom.
Boredom can be a good motivator to find something to do.
Oh yeah.
So we got another question. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you had something, Dawn?
He's dead, Jim.
Yeah, spoiler alert, he's effing dead.
Oh man. I'm sorry, Mason, but I gotta do it. Spoiler alert for Insanimators episode 15. Dom freaking dies. Sorry, it's kind
Glad to be here for this.
of sorry,
Death?
it's kind of a
Sorry.
it's kind of a running joke between me and Mason.
Oh, I see.
Ah.
Okay, I was trying to play on it.
There it is. Thank you so much, Mason.
Oh. I hate you already.
I mean, we do have the soundboard with Mason screaming Dom.
Yeah, but I
Please
think
never say that.
I think that's Dana that has that.
I also have it.
Oh.
But I'm not gonna play it.
Yeah. Anyway.
Do not.
So we got another question from Mr. Doodles. Doesn't say specifically for Giggles, so I'll say it's for everybody. It's just simply, how are you?
I'm waiting for Germ to try and make me successfully cry.
I think I'm sparkly because I was playing with highlighter before this call.
I have glitter markers and I love them.
That sounds pretty. I wish I had more glitter gel pens, actually.
No, thank you, Dana.
I like to write those with my Bible verses. I like to write them there. They're just so nice.
Have you ever tried alcohol markers?
No, I don't think so.
Wait,
Ooh,
is it,
they're so good.
Okay.
Recommend.
So
They're also expensive though, so.
Oh. Ain't nobody got time for that.
So the next question comes from Goat Milk, A.K.A. Parker, one of our own friends. I'm hoping I pronounced this correctly, but the question is simply frog or monka?
Frog or monka?
I think they're memes.
I think frog because I don't know what the other one is.
I think it's just monkey without Y at the end.
Oh,
Yeah.
monkey. Like donkey, but monkey.
Yeah, pretty much.
I
And
guess so.
honestly, frog. Monkeys are just chaos, and not the good kind.
Yeah, but some frogs are poisonous.
oh, it's froggy or monkey. I think that's
That's why you find the non-poisonous frogs.
non-poisonous frogs, froggy or froggy.
Yeah. And then another question from our own Smeeb, who, by the way, congrats on graduating middle school, kid.
Yeah.
Actually,
I remember that. Graduating middle school.
Yeah.
That was a weird moment.
I don't remember graduating middle school. It was so long ago for me.
Of course, you're the boomer. You're supposed to have a horrible
I'm
memory.
I'm 28.
don't say boomer. Yeah, he's not that old. We're basically the same generation.
It's a running joke with this group because I am the oldest of this entire cast, but
Yeah.
Yes, I'm allowed to say that.
but her question is simply sponge.
It's a song.
I don't know. I don't know why.
It could be anything.
I'm afraid.
Who knows?
Smeeb has had a bit of a obsession with SpongeBob lately.
Yeah, let's put it at that and not put any further context into it, because I'm afraid of putting context into it.
Yeah, it would be too much.
Some people do not need to know about this.
There's a lot of context that really should be left alone, but we never do.
Yeah.
Well, this is life now. Gotta get used to it.
Nyan in chat is just, oh dear God.
Really?
Oh, I just saw in the chat my friend who I'm in a fandom with, laziness, just said, "Is that the Giggle?" Nerd.
No, it's one of 15 giggles.
So
Yeah.
that'll go to another question that we do have. which is what gave you the idea. Well, no, wait, hold on. I just had it. Where'd it go?
Oh, flew away.
Oh, there it is. Asked by Goinks. Why the name Giggles?
Why the name Giggles? That's actually a good question. My own audience, every like once in a millennia asks me that. Well, so as I mentioned before, this character who now has, I share the name with her, Giggles. Back when I created her when I was 16, I knew I wanted her to be card or casino themed. So I really didn't know what to call her at first. I just called her Poker Face, which is so predictable and so basic and so boring. And then I was like, no, I should call her something that's, like kind of less, on the nose, a little more subtle. And then I was like, what about Lucky? Because that's what casinos have, right? And I was like, no, that just sounds like a stripper name. So I was like, I don't want to do Lucky. And then I was thinking like something Aces, because that's my favorite card suit. But then I just kind of started thinking back to this old nickname that one of my friends gave me in elementary school, believe it or not. They called me one day on the playground. They're like, Michelle, you're such a little ball of giggles, hugs, and sunshine. And I was like, I like that you just called me that. So I just remembered that out of the blue. And I was like, oh, I could call her Giggles. Because when, you walk into her casino and she's going to try to be sneaky and steal your existence after a gamble, maybe before that she could be like, hee 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 hee, or something like that. So I just kind of latched onto the name Giggles, and it's stuck ever since.
When I was in elementary school, someone accused me of being Asian when I'm Mexican.
You know what?
Oh
That's
my
funny
God.
you say that, because I'm Asian, but people always think I'm Mexican. But
Really?
I'm not. I'm Asian.
I didn't know that.
Whoa.
Whoa.
This is the Twilight Zone episode here.
Do 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 do
Me
do
and
do.
him are like that one Spider-Man meme where we're both pointing at each other.
we
That.
we just watched Into the Spider-Verse, and the after credit
Oh, I
scene of
love
that
that
movie.
movie.
Oh my god,
Oh,
Kills
yeah, the
me.
meme.
that
Yeah,
killed
yeah.
me.
It's so good.
I'm not even gonna spoil it here for anybody that hasn't seen it, which I doubt honestly. But Jesus,
Yeah.
My brother made me watch that movie. We watched it a total of, I think, 9 times.
I mean, for me, it was first time, so yeah.
same for me. And I showed up late
Did
to
you
that
like it?
too.
I liked it the first time, but not the 9th time.
It's so good. It's one of those movies where if I put it on, I have to sit down and watch it. It's not just a white noise film for me.
Yeah.
It was definitely a very good movie to watch. Like, even I showed up late. It was with the. I'm gonna try my best not to spoil anything, but it's the first time the big. No, it's when the big purple baddie sneaks into the apartment. I think.
Prowler.
Yeah, I showed up
I
when
love
he. I
Prowler.
showed up when he breaks into the apartment. That's the point I showed up at the movie, and and I saw it from there. But even then, I'm just like, this is pretty good. I like this.
Yeah. I remember seeing him in the comics, and I kept thinking, why isn't Prowler in a movie? He's such a cool bad guy. And then he finally showed up in the Spider-Verse, no less.
Yeah.
That might be why it's pretty good.
I think he's
Yeah.
just one of those underrated villains that deserve to be in a film. Like, I'm still waiting for Carnage. Carnage needs to be in a film.
Oh,
He's
God.
my favorite.
I think we should have, or I think we would have seen Carnage after the Venom movie, but I don't.
Oh.
Did the Venom movie perform well?
I haven't seen it. I'm too scared because I like all the symbiotes, and I'm like, I don't know how I feel about the
Oh yeah.
Venom movie.
Oh.
'Cause then all the mainstream people will be like, Venom's my favorite superhero, and he's not really a superhero.
Yeah.
Mason
I
said
mean-
no, but the audience
I mean,
love
Ah.
it.
In response to my question of did Venom perform well, it didn't perform well, so that's probably why we're not going to see Carnage.
Makes
Aw.
sense.
Unless they decide to add him into one of the next Spider-Man movies.
Oh Lord, I hope
Oh,
so.
yeah.
I would love to see Cletus Cassidy becoming Carnage. That's a dream. I would like to be in that movie. I'll be an extra that he totally murders, and I'll be happy the whole time.
Yeah.
There was a
Venom 2 is happening.
Gabriel
I'm just
Iglesias.
I'm just gonna say what Mason writes, cause, well, yeah.
Oh, it is
Darn
happening.
it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look into that one. But yeah, it's. What was I gonna say? They tease Carnage at the end of it though, so maybe.
Watching you manually click your brushes makes me triggered. You just push E for the eraser. Just
Yeah.
push E.
Just let him do his thing.
That's not nice.
When were
I'm
you ever
trying to,
nice?
like,
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm trying to, like, voice what he writes, and he's just doing that to me. Not cool, man.
Just my middle finger up. Yeah.
Oh, well, that makes it better.
Maybe.
We got freaking Veggie Gamer over here saying, I mean this with all the love in the world, but your voice sounds a lot like Blitzo from Hell of a Boss. I'm sitting here, I'm like, how?
Oh, I haven't seen Hell of a Boss yet, but I'm a huge stan for Has Been Hotel. I just got cast in a fan dub for comics for that one too.
Nice.
Oh.
I was about to get into one, but some stuff came up, and the person who was leading that project decided not to. So.
Oh, that's too bad. I'm sorry.
Unfortunate, but
maybe in the future.
I'm always they did tell me that they're gonna keep me in mind
watching-
for future things they're gonna do. So that's always good.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Is Blitzo the one that's voiced by Brandon Rogers?
Yes.
Yeah. Brandon
Okay.
Rogers, yeah.
All I know about that project is he's in it, and I want to see it. I'm holding off because I know some friends want to see it too, and they just started school.
Oh.
So I'm like,
Oh
I
yeah,
gotta wait for you
Blitz.
guys.
Blitz with a circle and a line through the circle.
It's Blitz. The O is silent.
Oh, is it? Oh, I had no idea. I haven't seen Hell of a Boss yet.
Yeah, it's
I
like
haven't either.
it'll be
I
like
don't know 90 things.
yeah, it'll be like one of the first things he says, sort of. But
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I think
he's
that's so
Brandon
perfect
Rogers.
with Brandon
It's kinda-
Rogers.
I mean, he's basically Brandon Rogers in as a character in Hell, in a way, I think.
That whole show is just such a masterpiece. It's so well-meaning, and I really enjoy it.
I'm gonna be looking forward to
I
more
was
of it.
talking about Has Been Hotel.
Yeah.
But I'm sure Hell of a Boss is amazing.
Helva is it basically they took all the feedback from Has Been Hotel and they applied all of that everything they learned from that into Helva, and then Helva ended up it ended up working better because of what they learned.
Really? I don't think there's anything wrong much with Has Been Hotel. I love it. I'm gonna play Charlie. I just love it so much.
Oh my god.
Mason,
Yeah.
are you okay?
Mason's driving him. Think his character Nick angry or something. I don't know. Think-
What?
I just saw the angry face and I'm like concerned.
yeah. I'm also like seeing him drawing
No.
that. I'm like, okay.
He's doing something with my character, or was.
Be concerned. Be very concerned. That's all I have to
Also,
say.
What the hell are you
I'm
doing
gonna
here, Mason?
what is that now?
Oh.
I think. What?
Dumb.
He's doing it.
Wait. What?
Oh
So
my god.
sorry.
I'm go.
Oh,
Give me a minute, but I.
Oh, kid.
I'm gonna
makes sense.
die.
Oh my god.
Wait, is that Ark and Mason
Yeah.
or... see.
I'm gonna die.
I thought it was a ponytail, but then like, oh no, it's a it's a horn.
I'm getting some like Ren and Stimpy vibes from looking at this. That might be the wrong comparison, but
Hashtag.
Blame Mason.
Oh, that's a new.
Oh, blame Nyan.
Oh.
Are we allowed to add that?
Request.
I don't see why not, honestly.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Also, Mason, just push E for the eraser. You're triggering me with this.
He's gonna do it on purpose now, dumb. You know that.
Anyway, we got a question from Veggie Gamers. Ties into what we were just talking about. Earliest favorite animated movie.
Earliest favorite animated movie. Oh my goodness.
I already know mine.
I would have to say probably The Last Unicorn.
Oh, I know I've heard that name.
I really loved The Last Unicorn. I think I saw a video of this relatively recently where Danny Sexbang said that his father worked on the music for that film and he did a vocal cover of one of the songs sung in that film. And I was like, oh!
Mason, earliest, not latest. Late.
Earliest, not latest, yeah.
Oh, latest.
Not most.
I'm all
recent,
about the old ones.
like the older ones. The ones
The
boomers watch when they're like 12.
I think it's the.
I hope he
first
realizes that
ever-
we're not boomers.
I know,
Boomers
but
would be
the
like our
running-
parents.
Oh my
Also,
God.
everyone who's older than me, I call them like really old things, like grandparents.
That's okay. Everyone younger than me, I call munchkins.
wow! I did not know that The Last Unicorn is done by Rankin Bass.
Oh my gosh, it was like one of my absolute favorite films. Just the style, the storytelling, oh my gosh, I have a really big thing for character design, and I love Disney, don't get me wrong, I love Disney as much as the next person, but sometimes their designs just look so cheesy or like immature and childish, and Last Unicorn has like a sophistication and dignity about its character design, and I just really enjoyed that.
Ooh,
Mason's is 101 Dalmatians.
mine is My
I
Neighbor
liked the
Totoro.
live action one of that.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, Totoro's a good
Yeah,
one too.
Totoro's so great. I'm
And Howl's Moving Castle.
Oh yeah. I'm looking at the Last Unicorn, and it's apparently starring Jeff Bridges, Mia Farrow.
Yeah,
what we
that's
got?
right.
Robert Klein, Christopher Lee.
Yes, Christopher Lee was the main antagonist.
Like, oh my
Ooh.
God, what? He's always the antagonist. Every movie I've ever
Well,
seen
not
him.
anymore. He's passed away.
Yeah, but every movie
But,
I've
yeah,
ever
he
seen
was,
him.
what's his face? King Haggard. That was his character's name in The Last Unicorn.
And apparently it's a Japanese film as well.
Is it?
Ni-
I didn't know that. I know that there's a visual novel of it, and I want to buy it.
Yeah, it's a 1982, this is according to Wikipedia, it's a 1982 American, British, Japanese animated fantasy film.
Fascinating. I love it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's really great.
Who's ITC Entertainment?
Dana. Ford.
Yeah, oh well.
Oh.
Oh, wait. Ah, that's why. It was animated by a Japanese company.
Oh, that makes so
Yeah,
much sense.
it was-
Did you see how big her eyes are?
No, but it's because I'm looking at it. It was produced by Rankin Bass for ITC Entertainment and animated by Topcraft, which is a Japanese company.
Oh my gosh. it's
Yeah,
so good.
that's fascinating. That's another one on the list that I gotta jump onto.
You do. It's gonna seem really girly at first, but you gotta push past it. It's kind of like Stardust in that way, where you're like, Stardust, that sounds super feminine, but then you watch and you're like, oh! Or add Labyrinth to that list. The Labyrinth is kind of
Ooh.
similar.
I love disconnecting.
Oh
I'm sorry,
joy,
kiddo.
you'll be all right
Yeah.
though.
I know, it happens so much, I'm honestly just immune to its effect at this
Oh my
point.
God.
You brought this on yourself, Dana.
Dana. Dana now.
All right. So we're gonna get to another question. This is from Washi Wolfie. This is for you, Michelle. What are some things you do in your spare time?
In my spare time, I am an avid, super frantic fan of traditional fairy tales. Like I said earlier, Disney's fine, but I grew up with the original stories, so I always like reading up about lore or some other variant of a traditional story that I have not read before. Recently, there came out like this, like I forget exactly where. I have the book somewhere in my room, but like 200 fairy tales that were written like 200 or 300 years ago were locked up in this author's basement, and then one day like a few years ago they found it and they were like, holy crap, these are like a bunch of folk tales that have like never been released. So they published it, and it's got a bunch of these old fairy tales that will one day be movies, and I have been reading the book. I haven't finished it yet, but that's like, so fairy tale reading is one thing I do. I really like the old things like that. I also I do a lot of narrating for YouTube, of course. And I also practice singing because I am also an opera singer. So I like to keep that instrument honed. And I also do my devotionals every now and then. And if I'm really bored, then I just take everything out of my closet and try it on because I'm a girl.
I saw on
That's
your.
better than what I do. I just play Roblox.
Oh yeah, I also play some video games like Project Zomboid and Ark and Overwatch and Smite. And
Oh, I
Pokemon
love
and all
Smite.
that.
I love Smite so much.
Isn't it good? Who do you like to play as?
That depends on which lane I'm taking, but I think my all-time favorite has got to be Medusa.
Oh, she scares the crap out of me. I'm scared of snakes, but she has really cool abilities.
She is a freaking monster to deal with. My favorite used to be
She is.
my favorite used to be Arachne, but when they changed up her skill set, it was suddenly not quite as fun for me.
Mason
feel
calls you
that.
both nerds.
I've always loved Chunga and then Persephone and Sol and Scylla. Those are my girls.
Scylla was one that always pissed me off, I swear.
I've gotten so bad at her. I used to be really good, but then I started favoring Chunga more, so I need to play Scylla some more now.
But if I ever do decide to do jungling, it's either Serkets or a Wheelix.
Oh yeah, both of those, they could get so annoying playing against them.
It's
those are good characters.
It's the extreme mobility that really sells me on those two. I love that game so much.
It's a great game.
You know, I'm not sure if you ever caught wind of this, especially a Has-Been Hotel fan, but Ed Bosco voices a character in Smite.
He does. I am in love with Ed Bosco. I'm sure every Alistair fan says that.
He voices Baron Samedi.
Is that the voodoo guy?
I believe so.
Oh, no way. That's so great. I wonder if they worked in that reference in Has-Been when he does his big reprise. I wonder if that was inspired by that.
I'm not sure if it came before or after.
I think, oh, well, that's true, because animation might have taken a lot of a longer process.
I'm not sure,
so
but he did voice a couple characters in Doom Eternal, I know that.
Oh, I don't know that game, but I like Ed Bosco. I would love to work with Ed Bosco one day.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you two are talking about.
He's the voice actor for Alistair in Has-Been Hotel. He's easily one of the most interesting characters, in my opinion, at least. Because we really don't know what he's up to yet. He's very sneaky.
Your go-to is a weird arrowhead-looking thing.
Arrowhead-looking thing?
Oh.
Oh. Apex Legends for Mason. The game I've been playing a lot has been Rainbow Six Siege. But
that's what my brother plays like every day.
So you said part of what you like to do a lot is creepypasta narrations?
Yeah.
So that'll go into the next question we've got from Nyan Sprinkles. It's when did you start getting into creepypasta?
I got into creepypasta about 10 years ago when I was 15. I discovered Creeps McPasta and instantly kind of fell in love with the whole idea. And before that, I was also reading the stories. Like, you know, I read all the Slender Man stories, and I read Jeff the Killer, and I read all these other classics. And I had no idea that people narrated them on YouTube. So I kind of just found creepypasta myself, but then I stumbled upon people reading it on YouTube, and I just kind of became part of that. when some of the bigger ones kind of started noticing me, and they're like, "Hey, you should like do more of these." And I was like, "Okay, I'll try." And then here I am later, I'm still doing it.
So is creepypasta like just a genre basically, or?
Yes, if you have never heard of creepypasta before, it's basically the ghost story, campfire stories of the modern era that are on the internet.
Yep.
And I think the word creepypasta comes from copy paste, which eventually became copy pasta, like, just a little story that gets copy paste everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's creepy, then it's creepy pasta. But now it's kind of expanded to just a genre of scary stories that are told on the internet.
We got Jake in our chat just going, "Yo, Creeps McPasta is a really good one."
Yeah, he's really great. Yeah, he's a really big sweetheart.
I haven't touched into the creepypasta thing much, so I don't really know much about it.
That's okay.
Mason, did you have something to say? Because I saw you write real quick, and well, yeah, I was waiting for them to stop. Oh, that?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'll deal with him later.
Oh, I don't want to know what that means.
Chuckles.
Chuckles. People keep telling me if I was a boy that my nickname would be Chuckles instead of Giggles, and I think that that's really becoming.
Mason was just like, "Chuckles, I'm in danger."
That's a meme, and I love it.
That's.
One time at a con. Oh yeah, sorry.
So, I was just gonna say, Jake brings up a good point to that. Mason he says, "We get it. Mason wasted $100 on Apex."
Not good financial choices. Mm-mm. I mean, I waste money in Roblox, but I mean, I do it periodically. I don't go $100 instantly. I get like 10 here, 10 there.
Anyway, sorry for cutting you off on that one, Michelle. You there?
Hello? Yeah.
Yeah, sorry for cutting you off on that one.
Oh, that's okay. I was just gonna say at a con at one time, this is going back to the Chuckles thing, which I think is just a cute little story. So I'm like not big at all. I'm friends with a lot of bigger creepypasta narrators. Like I'm really close with Mr. Creepypasta and Well Hey Productions and Mr. Creepypasta's wife, Rainbow, and also our composer, Muji. And I performed with him one time. But so I'm not really big at all. I'm like one of the smaller kind of known narrators that people just barely know by name. But one time we were all at a convention together, and I had come back from lunch or something, and at Mr. Creepypasta's booth, they're like, "Hey, did you see the kid that was cosplaying you?" And I was like, "Someone's cosplaying me?" And they're like, "Yeah, he came over here. He was like, where's Giggles? Where's Giggles? But you were gone." And I was like, "Oh no." And they were like, "We told him to come back." So I waited, and he came back, and he was actually cosplaying me, like a gender bent cosplay of me. And he called himself Chuckles. And I thought that that was really cute.
I ship it.
No, he was way too young. He was like a child. The kid was like 15 at the time. But I thought he was amazing because the previous year he told me he was gonna gender bent cosplay me, and I didn't believe him. And then he showed up, and he was me, and I couldn't believe it.
I'm thinking of something to ask Mason to draw.
Well, he's got quite a list in the sketch requests list, so. Beppis,
Yeah.
God damn it, Mason.
FBI open up.
Anyway, question for all: are you guys excited for Venom versus Carnage? Thank you for bringing that up again, Washy Wolfie.
Is that legit?
Yeah.
Is that gonna happen? I need to watch the first one.
Oh. Hashtag no more emo shifty.
Yeah.
Hashtag all
Learn
the
to draw a circle.
Yeah.
Rude.
And we all saw that one episode of
That's
SpongeBob where he
notable.
draws the perfect circle.
Yeah.
Where he does the whole complicated thing, so perfect,
Yeah,
and then
we
just
all
erases.
learned.
Yeah.
It's first grade, SpongeBob.
Yeah.
I wish I could draw a circle like that.
Cartoon logic can be fun, but sometimes it's just like, how? From Walshy Wolfie, question for Luigi. Why the hell are you so quiet?
Yeah, I was
Wait,
about to say something. Like, is he dead? Did he
Wait,
die?
I'm quiet.
Apparently.
Yes, you've been quiet.
Wait, am I now quiet?
No.
No,
Hear you.
you're not now. You just
Oh.
weren't saying anything.
Oh. I mean, I don't know what to say.
Something, anything. Contribute to the conversation. man.
Something. I mean, I do say it here and there, don't I?
So, so this is asked by Bunny. And Dana says,
Oh.
yeah, Dom, say hi to Bunny.
Hi, Bunny.
Hi, Bunny.
They have a question for Michelle. Have you played Five Nights at Freddy's and or heard of it? And if so, who's your favorite character?
I've heard of it. I'm in the creepypasta community.
Yeah.
That's so funny because MCP, who's Mr. Creepypasta, in case you didn't know, he never shuts up about Five Nights at Freddy's. He loves it. Even if we're just hanging out like casually with everybody, he'll just be like, "Oh my gosh, I love Five Nights at Freddy's," and we'll be like, "Okay, we get it. You love Five Nights at Freddy's." Personally, I haven't played it just because it's not particularly scary to me, but I've seen a bunch of other people play it. I want to say my favorite is Chica, just because she's a little silly to me. And also, one time, one of the other narrators was like, "Can you be Chica in this lore story for her?" So I just stood in front of the microphone and went like ah! the whole time.
That sounds
My favorite
fun.
is Tuxedo.
It was quite silly.
I probably would have gotten into
I
Five
love
Nights.
this picture of Freddy. Please do not erase this. Keep this forever.
Oh my god.
I probably would have
Freddy was
checked
the-
out FNAF a while back, but it just never really interested me, partly because people never shut up about it, but partly because
The
I'm
fan
just...
base ruins everything. That's all I can say.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
But
you
otherwise...
can check the newest.
What was that, Luigi?
You can check the newest one that's coming. The security breach.
Oh god, are they doing a new one?
Yeah.
There's always a new one. It never ends.
Oh jeez.
This time the animatronics are glam rock animatronics.
Oh god.
Sounds fabulous.
So yeah.
Uh,
And we have a new killer, I think, which is called Renee.
See, I never... Part of why I never looked into it, aside from the fan base, was mainly because I'm just not somebody for jump scares, and that partly seems the main point of it.
Fun jump scares, but
Yeah.
I don't know. They have to be either really fun or really strategic for me.
Yeah, surprise.
Mason, we already knew this.
Wait, what? Right.
Creator of FNAF is funding fan-made projects.
Oh yeah, there's the
That was
What
like
is
the
it
whole
called?
thing that everybody got really happy about.
yeah. People call it like the Avengers or something in a way.
Oh, wait, hold on. Hashtag Scott Cawthon. Hall of Fame?
Hall of Fame. I mean, I can follow that. I can agree with that.
Yeah, Scott is a really nice guy. He's like done so many charity stuff and made really good games.
Okay. Shifty, why are these approved questions? Alright, so the first one is from Doom Guy JoJo Edition. The rest of you prepare to roast me on this one. This is not my question, but still. It's from Doom Guy JoJo Edition. It's just a question for me, which is, why are you so goddamn cool?
Ha ha.
You're like from an anime where all the people are like, "Wow, he's so cool."
But
He's
I'm,
like that one quiet person who just happens to have good looks. So everyone's following him, but he just wants to be alone.
I'm that one
I think
guy.
I've seen that anime before.
No. What it is I'm that one guy that's the only survivor of the elevator from the movie Devil.
Oh yikes, that
Makes
sounds
sense.
spooky.
Good looking, boring as all hell. Except I can't even
I
say
don't
that I
think
look cool.
so.
Or sorry, I can't even say
Yeah.
that I look good.
Hmm.
Apparently, there's a follow-up question. Why do people think your boomer butt is cool?
I have no idea. That's something that we need to have discussions about this because this is kind of concerning as to why this is a question.
I mean, I taught my boomer father many things about 2020, but my boomer father taught me how to use a spoon.
Wow,
Your boomer butt.
Yeah.
that.
Don't ask
nothing
me.
can-
I did not approve these questions.
Yeah.
Blame Dana.
Yeah, blame Dana because Dana did the whole thing.
She's gonna kill us now.
So, from Washi Wolfie, what is your favorite piece of zombie media? This can be a movie, TV show, comic, game, etc.
Oh, cool.
Project
Game.
Zomboid.
Zomboid.
The
Project
only
Zomboid. It's one of
the
my
only
favorite
zombie
games.
thing that I've ever actually gotten into was Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies because, well, yeah. And then after like the second Black Ops, I just stopped playing because it got repetitive.
Yeah. Yeah, somewhere there, like with Black Ops 1 and 2 and
I found it fun because of the endless rounds of zombies coming at you. But yeah.
I know this is not going to be a popular opinion, but I think the Black Ops series are the worst end of the Call of Duty franchise.
Some are bad.
Partly because of the zombie modes.
Black Ops 2 did it pretty good though.
I never really cared about any of the Black Ops games. Black Ops 1 is the best of the entire series of Black Ops, but that's just because it relished in how cheesy and, like, ridiculous it was. Everything else just takes itself a little too seriously. Although, I will give Black Ops 2 credit. The Carry On musical performance at the end of that game, killer. I loved it.
The main reason I love Black Ops 2 the most is because of Green Run, because, like, Green Run was great, Transit was great, just the fact that you got to go to different areas of a huge map, and there were secrets in that map, like, it made me want to find them more, even though I was terrified to, because of the frigging denizens.
Washi Wolfie is like, if you haven't, go watch Zombieland. To which I respond, who hasn't?
I
I haven't.
I don't
Wow.
watch movies.
Okay.
I watch anime.
remember if I watched it. I mean, I saw it on TV. That
I watch anime movies, though. Does that count?
Michelle, you have not seen Zombieland?
No, I haven't. I think I wanted to, but I just never got around to it.
That's depressing.
Is it good?
Oh, it's really good.
It has the girl from Nim's Island in it, right? What's her name? Chloe something. She's so cute.
That's a little sister, right?
I have no idea.
Mason, what are you drawing?
I have no idea. He's drawing a character from Fairly Odd Parents.
Emma Stone.
I mean, I can see that, but
I
it looks similar, but
the names you were looking for were either Emma Stone or Abigail Breslin.
Abigail Breslin! Yeah, I like her. She's adorable.
I think Mason is broken.
I loved her in Nim's Island, and I loved her in Scream Queens, so I'll probably love her in Zombieland when I get around to finally watching it.
Yeah, because Zombieland is Abigail Breslin, Emma Stone, Jesse Eisenberg, and Woody Harrelson.
Oh yeah, Jesse Eisenberg.
I don't know actors or actresses, so
Yeah,
I
you'll
mean,
get that with due time.
yeah. I mean, Jesse Eisenberg did also the Facebook movie.
Uh,
I'm just gonna continue to be concerned for Mason.
Yeah, just do that. I think I
This
think Mason's
picture,
going crazy now.
so here's the question that continuously comes up, much to my own chagrin. Uh,
Oh yeah. True or false?
what is your favorite color of the alphabet?
turkey.
Just true or false? Amazing.
Well, of the alphabet, my favorite color is white because I think it looks really nice on my skin tone and it represents innocence and purity and wisdom. I think
white
that's
diamond.
part of the alphabet.
I'll have to check.
My favorite, yeah, my favorite color of the alphabet is no.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
All right.
My favorite green. Let's go there.
Makes sense.
Okay, so this is from our own Dana. She says, "I think I know this one, but for giggles, thoughts on Halloween, and everybody else if you want. If you
Oh.
want."
It's my favorite holiday, of course. I'm an actress. I have to love Halloween. It's probably my favorite season, but also what I do every year for Halloween. Except last year, but I'll get to that soon. I dress up as Scream or Ghostface from Scream.
Oh, jeez.
And because, it's such a big costume and I'm a very petite girl, so it just kind of flows over me and kind of makes me look bigger. So what I do there is I stand there and I move like I'm an animatronic and I have like one of those fake knives in my hand and stuff. And so when kids walk up, they're like, oh, it's just a decoration. And if they get too close, then I like flinch or I look at them really fast or I chase after them and they always scream and it's really great.
That sounds fun. I would hate that.
Yeah, I put some videos of it on YouTube a while ago. But last year, I actually got paid to be a scare actor on Halloween and other days during October and November. So I didn't get to do that, but I still got to scare people for Halloween.
I love Halloween, but I hate being scared by things. Like
I love getting scared. I love laughing at myself after getting scared.
This last Halloween, I live literally next door to a middle school and a high school. And what I'm pretty sure is going on is all the kids are actively avoiding going anywhere near school again. So I think they usually avoid our house because they don't want to be anywhere near the school. So we don't usually get a lot of trick-or-treaters. Well,
Aww.
what I did this last Halloween is I decided to just like sit on one of the chairs in the front porch and just lay there slumped over, pretending to be dead. And there was a few kids that came up, got a little bit of a jump out of them, kind of fun. But then I think it was the last group of kids, who I'm pretty sure were warning everybody else to stay the hell away. There was like 3 kids. I think all of them were at least in high school. And they walk up and they see me, and they're hesitating to come anywhere near me. I barely move, and they all go taking off as fast as they can around the corner of the house and never return.
I mean, that would be me, because, like, we go trick-or-treating in the same neighborhood every year, and everyone there knows me, and everyone knows I hate spiders, so they make sure to put spiders, like, somewhere near the candy bowl, specifically for me.
Aww. Yeah.
So, like, I can't even get candy without hating touching it,
At le-
because I hate spiders.
At least they're thinking of you.
I know, but at the same time, I want them to stop.
I mean, get those what are they called? So grabby things that like you can just like just throw the spider and just take the candy and run.
Yeah, they had one of those, but they also had like this thing where someone would be holding a rope behind a bush, and if I'd get too close, a spider, like a freaking huge spider, would drop down on top of me, and I scream every time. eventually I anticipated it and looked up and saw it and just walked away from it or like around it.
You know,
You just like another game.
I'm starting to wonder now, Michelle, if when your project gets going, and it starts getting episodes that overlap the Halloween season. Are you going to do like a straight up Halloween villain from some classic, or just like some Halloween themed episode with a usual villain?
I've never been super good at anticipating holidays. I'm so crummy like that. I really should start doing that. For the ingenue show, I think it'll just be kind of like a cute, fun, short little thing. At least right now, that's what I'm thinking of, but I really have no idea because it still has yet to pick up, and I'm planning on kind of having the prequel for it released either this week or next week.
Hold on, I need to scream at Mason. If your headache's gone, unmute.
Oh, jeez.
Jesus.
Don't you?
I mean,
I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Oh my god. That was great.
I don't know. I'm scared.
What are you doing, Mason?
Oh, give me your sketches.
Give me your sketches, pimps.
Well, I mean, someone asked for Sonato, which is a fusion of Sonic and Shadows, to do that.
Oh
Oh,
boy.
no.
Oh man, you need to look at Sonichu.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, do that one instead. Do that one.
Here we go. Alright. For everyone, what is one movie you've always wanted to watch, but have never gotten around to watching?
Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh, I've seen that one.
I need to see that one. It looks really good, and I've heard so many good things about it.
It is good, and if you want a good, like, if you want something that'll really creep you out, oh yeah, there's plenty in there.
I don't know. That's some big words. I don't really get creeped out super easily. So I'm into it. If it can creep me out, I'm sure I'll love it.
I mean, just the name Guillermo del Toro being attached to it is that should already help out a lot.
Okay.
Because he's apparently really well known for those kind of things.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm really bad at that then, I guess.
Yeah.
My answer is the last Naruto movie because I'm a weeb. And I didn't get to watch it yet because it's not on Netflix.
I gave up on Naruto so long ago.
I watch it for the animation. The animation in that anime is brilliant.
It's been so long since I've seen it, I can't even give my own opinion on it because I just don't remember anymore.
Bruh. Like, honestly, some of the animation in that is great. Boruto, though, Boruto is trash. Boruto can jump in a pit of lava.
Boruto was bad. No,
Sorry.
yeah.
So...
Why did you erase it? No, bring it back.
It's...
No, bring it back. Thank you.
Oh my god. Hey, dumb.
I know you do. That's why I asked you to bring it back.
Alright, so... Dana is asking, what the fuck is Mason doing? That's DAFUQ. Kill Son of Shadow.
Killed
Son of Dell, whatever. Jake is like, Dom, you sounded like you were trying to say burrito.
I'm Mexican. It's normal.
Nyan, for everyone, say the first thing comes to mind. Way to go, Dana.
Meatloaf.
Dorito.
No, why?
So,
Mason, why?
because he's Mason.
The first
So,
thing that comes to mind. Well,
so you've
I thought it would be Dom. Fine.
yeah. So you've done yeah, you've done creepypasta stuff before. I think you said. Did you mention you were a voice actress, Michelle?
Yes, I am. Not mind you, I'm like not with Funimation or anything.
Right.
But I've been voice acting since I was a teenager, and I started getting paid gigs about 4 years ago.
Huh.
And from then on, I just kind of get paid stuff every now and then, which is really nice feeling.
Oh, cool.
So you've been at it for 4 years. Any particular things that stand out to you that were like fun, interesting, particularly impactful to you?
Yeah, actually, yes. So there's a channel on YouTube called, I believe it's Pop Tunes TV, and they like have a bunch of celebrity sketches, and they like kind of make fun of like various pop singers and stuff. So if you really know me, I'm not a huge fan of Taylor Swift. But they cast me as Taylor Swift.
Oh God.
Yeah.
As well as I think I'm mainly Taylor Swift because she's the one that they normally ask me for lines for. But they've also had me as Britney Spears, Hilary Duff, and Miranda Cosgrove. And it just makes me laugh because I have to make up like parody. I don't have to make them up, but I have to record parody lyrics for like some of Taylor Swift's songs, and that whole thing. It's just so funny to see my voice on something that looks like Taylor Swift at the final product. I think that's really funny. And then for a while, I was also part of a dating sim called Faulty Apprentice, where I played the archery instructor. But then at some point they were like, oh, hey, this game is getting really popular. We want to start making it like an NSFW kind of thing. Are you down for that? And I was like, no, I'm so sorry. I can't do NSFW. And so they're like, oh, okay, well, we understand. Thank you for working with us. So we kind of politely mutually parted from that. But that was pretty funny, though, that I was part of that as long as I was. They had me on for 3 years. And so that was really funny. But then I've also been part of a Smash Bits animation for the Undertale one, and he had me on as Temmie, and I really like seeing that on the Undertale animations because I think out of all the characters, Temmie was probably the closest one I could do.
I have not.
So those are just some of them.
Yeah, I haven't really looked into Undertale much. I hear it's really freaking good on the story, though.
I really enjoyed it. I even cried at some point during one of the boss battles.
Really?
Yeah, I really liked it.
Hearing all this makes me realize how uncultured I am.
Yeah.
You're not uncultured. You're just young.
You got time.
Zoomer.
Okay.
But yeah.
What's the next question? Dana, you're supposed to be getting these.
Well, she is, but unfortunately she's not doing a great job of vetting them.
I'm sure she's trying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
for the people, for your viewers who do like Mr. Creepypasta, I am on his channel and I do a lot of voice work for him, and he usually pays me back in food whenever I visit him and his wife.
Sounds nice.
If your viewers have heard of Lily Madwhip, that's all me. That's me. My voice on his channel.
Ooh.
Lily Mad.
How often do you get to do that kind of work with him?
Sorry?
How often do you get to work with him on that?
It's so the story is still, I think, ongoing unless the author Will Delphin has finally ended it. But so we finished season 1 sometime last year. So the idea is to get 2 episodes of it out a month, And I just did that last month, so I'm expecting the next couple of episodes coming my way soon that I have to record for him.
Guessing it's this one. I'm just gonna put it in general guests.
I mean, I'm just watching Mason drawing himself getting strangled, so
That's a bit of a running joke between me and him.
so you strangle him.
There was always this joke that at some point he'll say the word poggers, and I'm just gonna leap out of his computer screen and start strangling him for saying it again.
Oh, I want to do that.
Yeah. I mean, technically, we all did say poggers, so yeah. Good luck for your
I don't think I ever
money
did.
expenses and stuff and flights and all.
I don't understand poggers,
I
so
don't either.
Yeah.
You grow up with Pogs?
I just go with it.
It's poggers. That's Poggger.
Oh, I thought that was some sort of new way to say Pogs, and I was like,
No, it's I trust me. I get it. I have a pug of my own.
I love pugs.
They're adorable. I've only.
They're so-
Is that dumb?
Sorry. I was gonna say that pugs are just deflated whoopee cushions, so
With legs.
pretty much.
The only pug I've ever seen in any animation that I've seen so far has been Kill la Kill.
Is that a good anime?
It's
Perfect. Okay.
it's an interesting one. Whether or not it's good, I think, is more subjective.
Would you recommend it?
If you want, like, bat crap insane, yeah.
Oh, so you wouldn't recommend it to me because I don't like that kind of stuff.
Probably not.
Makes sense.
Because it really is just absolutely bonkers, insane, almost never takes a rest.
Well,
Let's keep trying, Dana. You'll get it.
Oh, Ghostface. I actually put it in I think general, Ghost general. Yeah, it's in. I put it in Ghost general also.
do you ever just feel concerned for Mason?
Sometimes.
Because I'm just watching him draw this stuff and I'm like, are you okay, man? Do you need help? Because I can get you some help, man. I can get you some help. Wait, why does it have eyelashes? What's going on here?
there's a dozen.
Because it's Giggles as Ghostface.
Oh,
Oh.
oh no. That's kind of concerning there.
What? I dress up as Ghostface all the time for Halloween.
But did you wear a wig over the costume? Is the question.
Oh no.
Exactly. So that's why this is concerning, as well as the fact that it has eyelashes.
I mean, there's two ways to draw this. Either Giggles is Ghostface, or she's cosplaying as Ghostface. Or Mish.
I just dressed up with the basic costume, like in the movie, because I wanted people to think that I was like a animatronic of it.
Oh yeah.
There was, when I was really young, at another house I lived in another town. It was kind of around the corner from the house. There was one family that used their house as a big, like, haunted mansion type of thing, where just, like, they put up a bunch of these, like, fabric walls that weave from their driveway and into the garage and back out. And the what was the freaking Spider-Man villain with the big fishbowl on his head?
I have no idea.
It's Mysterio.
Mysterio, yeah. I'm pretty sure they were cosplaying as Mysterio for it, and he was standing at the very end of the haunted house. Because as soon as I see him, I round the corner and he's like 7, 8 feet tall, and just like
pretty
tracking
tall.
me the whole way, and I'm like, okay, I gotta get away from that.
Boy, that's pretty tall, mate.
It was,
Yeah.
yeah, for me at the time, it was terrifying.
Ooh.
Hey, Mason. Mason, draw Sonichu.
Sonic Chu? Oh no, Sonic Pikachu.
Like a character. It's like an old dead meme called Sonichu.
Why not? Why not, Mason? Why not?
Because he's not
Wait.
fun.
It was kind of inappropriate back in the day, if I recall correctly.
Was it? Was that 6?
I have
Not
my
anymore.
dignity.
Start drawing.
Ooh, there we go, from Nyan again. Excuse my terrible typing, but favorite horror movie or Halloween-themed movie?
Oh, definitely Scream or A Nightmare on Elm Street. I love Wes Craven's Bad Guys, but also I really enjoyed Cabin in the Woods.
Oh, I remember.
That sounds like a game also.
I remember seeing a bunch of ads for Cabin in the Woods everywhere. Never got the chance to see it.
Child play.
It's so good. I think you appreciate it more if you are like a fan of like classic horror films, and especially if you like Scream, because Scream kind of did what Cabin in the Woods did first,
Mhm.
but Cabin in the Woods did it like on the next level.
Ooh.
I don't watch horror movies, so I'm gonna say
Aw.
Halloween Town, because
Yeah.
I won't die from that.
I mean, then can don't.
Over the Garden Wall was also pretty good, I think.
One of my, I think it was the first horror movie that I've ever seen was 13 Ghosts.
I haven't heard about that one.
Yeah, it's a crazy one. If it does bug you, there is one ghost in it that is basically nude all the time. So
That's concerning.
Wait, nude ghost?
yeah, part of it is how they died in life, which is
Oh.
kind of messed up, but that's kind of the point of these horror movies. But the only other one that I've ever seen was Drag Me to Hell.
Oh, that sounds spooky.
Yeah, it was crazy. Even if it does kind of perpetuate the gypsy stereotype a bit much.
Hmm.
But other than that, yeah, it's kind of nutty.
Okay.
Oh, I like this next question.
Oh boy. What do we got?
Next question.
Well, let's see. Why does Ghostface look like he's eternally yawning?
I know that
Depression.
because he's based off of that painting called The Scream.
Oh, is he?
We had
Yeah.
a picture in junior high art class, and every time we entered, we had to scream with it, or we wouldn't be allowed in. So every class started with people screaming. It was great.
That's funny.
That sounds chaotic.
Yeah.
It was.
Everyone scream at once.
But what level of chaotic? Neutral, true.
It could drown out the sound of the band class.
Oh.
I just want to say,
So you're even louder than
I think it's just neutral chaotic.
yeah.
Okay, junior high band class in my school was garbage, meaning everyone had the worst pitch in the world. So
Still learning at that age.
Yeah, they'll get it.
Yeah.
Some faster than others, but they'll get it. Trust me.
eventually, I hope.
Trust me. By the time they hit high school, their concerns are going to be elsewhere. At least when it comes to
That
singing.
concerns me.
Well, it's because they've already gotten to that point of like, yeah, I've got that nailed down pretty good. Now just got to work on this. From Wolfie. Yeah, from Washy Wolfie. Since when does Mason have dignity?
He doesn't. That's the point.
Okay, let Mason then answer it.
Sure he does.
Well, he just drew Sonato, so he doesn't anymore. He doesn't.
Yeah, he lost his dignity.
Well,
After drawing that.
onto a more
Mason, do you
serious
have any-
question. What was that?
No, I'm just asking Mason if he has any comments on that.
I'm guessing not.
He's drawing a pizza, so I don't think so.
Damn it, don't get me craving pizza right now, please.
Pizza.
So, onto a more serious question. Favorite part of the spooky season besides all the candy?
Costumes.
Love the costumes. Also, just the season itself with all the colors kind of being more earthly toned. And I don't know, the rain is nice. I live in LA, so it gets really hot over here.
Whoa.
So it's nice that it kind of starts to cool down around that time. And it's just kind of calm and relaxing that time of year, for me anyways. I get to watch Hocus Pocus and feel really good about it.
I get how that is. I live up in Sacramento.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You know what I feel.
Yeah, I don't know how bad the heat gets down there in SoCal because I don't go there very often. Last time I went was like 2017, I think. But I've lived up here in the Central Valley my entire life, and it's either been, finger-numbingly cold, or like you're gonna die hot.
Yeah, I think down here it's more hot than it ever gets cold. I like it more when it gets cold. I'm just like, oh, it's a dream. We have no snow, but it's a dream.
I'm a little
I
closer
like
to the
that
snow.
62-degree weather. It feels pretty nice.
I'm usually pretty good in the 60s. I can be comfortable in the 70s, but once I start getting into the 80s, I start to get a little uncomfortable.
It's been in the hundreds over here lately.
No.
It's been so gross. I want it to cool down.
I am so glad because I work for basically an HVAC company. Oh, geez, Mason's like 50 to 40 degrees for him.
Oh.
I wouldn't survive. I'm sorry, but unless I'm wearing like a coat, I wouldn't survive.
Yeah, I need it when it's colder. If I get to put on more layers of clothing, all the better for me.
Like, I had to stand outside in the snow once as it was hailing and snowing at the same time.
Oh, no.
And I didn't bring my big jacket because it was in the wash.
Oh, no.
So I was standing out there with this thin hoodie, and it was just constantly pouring down hail and snow and getting colder and colder. I think it was like -12.
Jesus.
I'm surprised I did not get sick.
I'm surprised he didn't just die. Damn.
Yeah.
I was out there for like 50 minutes or something.
That's nuts. What the...
And the bus never came.
I would have raised hell about that.
I think it was so cold that I could barely move my knees, so I had to like Minecraft walk my way home. It was pretty weird.
I can only imagine. It's so I've been getting a lot of the smoke from the fires up here. Have you been getting anything down there?
I heard of one of a fire kind of recently, but the last I heard it was being contained, and I haven't heard anything since. So I think we have everything under control right now. Hopefully it stays that way.
Hopefully. Yeah, because the fires up here have been absolutely nuts.
Oh, seriously? Are you in a safe place?
Yeah, because like I said, I'm in Sacramento, so none of the fires are really around here. but it is close enough for the smoke from all those fires to start, filling up the valley like it did with the campfire.
Yeah.
And yeah, for people with that are a little more sensitive to the air quality, this is just terrible right now.
Yikes. Yeah, I hope it gets better. I'll be praying for you guys up there.
Yeah, the smoke isn't as bad now as it was like last week, which is good. But
it's still there.
Yeah, it's still kind of there, so we just got to be careful. I'm pretty sure it'll go away once the rain starts coming around. Because when the campfire happened, yeah, it all disappeared with the rain.
Oh no, I was about to ask Mason what the frick I was being, like, bombarded with from Germ, but now I'm looking at it and I hate it even more. Oh, yeah. You have no idea how loud I would scream from that.
Is that something that would make you cry?
No, I would scream. Like, blood-curdling screams.
Jesus.
I wouldn't cry, I would just probably fall over and freaking die.
Joy.
Oh my god. Is this Spider-Man?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I thought that was an alien.
So,
I
Luigi,
usually go with Spider-Man. Yeah.
Luigi, we got one from Jake. He's just asking, how are you really good at being a consistent ASMR champion?
I don't know.
So
I got some theories.
It's hilarious because we were just talking about this right before the stream started. That there are some ASMR videos that we can enjoy watching, but others are just.
Others are not okay. Others can be deleted permanently, please.
Because like, what was it when they try to whisper something that's just not like really consistent with ASMR or something, or is it just them whispering something inappropriate?
I don't like it when they say inappropriate things like, hello. No.
Like they speak inappropriate stuff in your ear.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just,
hate being whispered to.
okay.
It's like, it's free real estate.
No.
Oh, that's funny. I love that. It's free real estate. We got you this whole house. It's free real estate.
I've always felt uncomfortable with whispering. Like, it's just not.
It's also not good for your vocal cords.
Really?
It does as much damage as yelling.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's kind of weird to think about. Something that's the exact opposite of yelling can be equally as damaging as yelling.
Well, the idea to preserve your voice, the best way to do that is just to speak very softly, because that's, I think, naturally where everybody's voice is supposed to sit. But whispering and yelling, either way, you're putting strain on it, and it's not always good.
Huh.
Oh my god, Germ with devil horns now.
I just learned something.
But yeah, that is interesting. That whispering can be more damage than yelling.
Yeah, I definitely just learned something out of that one.
Same.
What do you use to take care of your voice? Is it just water all the time, or do you like do any special teas or anything?
So I'm one of those people where tea does not really work for me. In a weird way, it kind of makes me more sick. It doesn't really help my throat, and it just kind of makes me more phlegmy and gross and stuff. And my voice acting teacher, who's done anime and everything, the same thing for her. So she was like, if tea works for you, that's fine. If tea doesn't, then you're like me. But typically, what I do to preserve my voice, especially doing musical theater things, is a lot of vocal rest. And also, a lot of water is really good. Right before recording or singing, I try to avoid dairy products. Not that that's bad or damaging. It's just that it like kind of produces more phlegm in your throat. And when you voice act, you want to have a more crisp sound. So I try to avoid those before recording. And every now and then when I really want to treat myself and get rid of some of the phlegm, I just squeeze ordinary lemon and I just drink the juice. And it tastes really great because I love sour.
Ooh, same. Sour stuff is great.
Isn't it also?
It's also really good to gargle.
Isn't it also good to have like citric juices going down there because of like it's slightly acidic, so it's what was it, something that's supposed to be like antibacterial to a degree or something?
Yeah, exactly. It's not good to have it all the time because it does, the acidic nature I've read will not be good for your teeth. But it's safe and fine like once in a while. Just don't overdo it.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my.
Aw, I want to overdo it though, because I love orange juice and lemonade.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Every time we buy lemonade, it's always gone within a day.
I mean, especially warm days.
I was on a cruise once, going to Mexico, and a guy by the name of Justin Golan was one of the entertainers on the ship, and he was basically in the piano bar the whole time for like the piano bar sing along. And towards the end of the night, like an hour before he finished up, he was starting to like wear out his voice, so somebody just bought him a drink, and I think it was like Jack Daniels, I think it was one of the honey-based Jack Daniels drinks.
Oh yeah, honey is really good too, especially when it's more good when you're sick than anything though.
Really?
I love
Yeah.
honey.
Oh.
I just gotta figure out how that works for honey to still work, even though alcohol is still basically a desiccant.
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the alcoholic
Okay.
effects of it.
Because basically, whenever you get a hangover, you're really just suffering from dehydration, which is what alcohol mainly does.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So that's what usually whenever I do drink, I tend to take down like 3 times as much water in volume as I do alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I don't want to drink. It sounds gross.
It's depends on what you get to drink, and that largely depends on your tastes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very picky, so all of it is no.
I mean, fair enough.
Mason throwing the subscribe button.
Ooh,
And bell.
Threw that bell so smoothly. Do it again.
there's a good one. What is your favorite guilty pleasure movie?
So I haven't seen the entirety of it yet, but I saw clips and I was like, I think I should watch that movie. I'm a musical theater kid. I'm a huge dork for things like that. And we recently suffered a great tragedy in the musical theater community because once again, one of our shows was made into a film that absolutely blowed and was not good. It's Cats.
Oh.
And I will never
Oh.
see that movie, but I do want to see the original 1998 film. Was it 98? I think it was 98. I want to see the original film with actual Broadway actors. And I feel really guilty saying that because I feel like even as a musical theater person, Cats is not a good musical. But their dancing is really phenomenal, and I like the character choices that I've seen some of the actors make. So I was like, I'll watch the original. Yeah, let's do it. And I don't care what all my peers think of me.
I was mainly turned off to it because of all the obvious reasons everybody was talking about when they first revealed it.
Mm-hmm.
The faces just look so weird.
Oh yeah, in the 2019 movie. Yeah, I mean, I want to see the original. I don't want to see the 2019 movie at all. But I saw like this comparison video a while ago. I keep watching it because it just cracks me up. Where they have all these movie people, singing the songs from the original show, and then right after they show the clip of like the original singer or something from the old film version of it doing it, and they just sound so much better than the people in the new movie. And I feel so bad saying that, but it's true.
I mean,
Everybody's got their taste.
you're not wrong.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, what was her name? Rebel Wilson.
Oh, jeez.
She was like, but when the days hustle and bustle and stunt. Like, that's how she sang the thing. But in the original, they're like, but when the days hustle and bustle is done, da 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 da. They were so sharp and they had great harmonies and they weren't flat or sharp or anything. I was like, why did we make this into a 2019 movie? The original had nothing wrong with it.
Because everyone needs to have a remake now. Everything and everyone.
No, if it was on Broadway, it's too good for the movies. There, I said it.
remake reboot.
I wish it sucks for me that I never got around to actually watching any of those musical, any actual play musicals or anything, because I used to live in this town up here in up in the valley. It's called Modesto, and one thing to note about Modesto is that it's home to the Gallo Winery. Well, the Gallo family also owns a theater in Modesto. It's called the Gallo Center for the Arts. Yeah, it's. I worked there for a while as a loader, which, you know, for all the big plays that come through, I was one of the guys that would get onto the truck, take everything off of like the, you know, the security straps and all that, and roll it onto the stage. And then when the show,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, and then when the show finishes, as soon as the curtain drops, everybody swarms the stage, starts disassembling everything, loading it onto like their roller rigs and all that, and then rolling it all into the truck again so they can take off, you know, immediately that night to the next venue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did have discounts on tickets, but I never got around to using them.
Well, I mean, we're still living in the quarantine. It's bootleg central. I got bootlegs to Wicked. I got bootlegs to Alice by Heart. If you want a bootleg, just let me know.
I like bootleg stuff. They look stupid.
No, they don't. They look amazing.
Some
I got Mean Girls. I got Heathers. I was in Heathers. I got a bunch of other ones.
But yeah,
there are
it's
some bootleg things though that you can just admit look completely stupid.
Bootleg musicals look bad. I don't think they ever really look bad, especially not the Hunchback of Notre Dame one. That was like stinking amazing.
I haven't seen any of
I
those.
went to a musical once and it was like I didn't
What show was it?
I can't remember what it was. I was in like first grade, but I remember just watching it and I wanted to die.
What
Like,
was it about?
I think I might be wrong about this. What was the name of it? It was like French, so I can't remember it that well.
The Phantom of the Opera, Les Miserables?
I think. It might be that or something else.
Was it Gigi?
That might be it, yeah.
Was the main character a girl or a boy?
Girl.
It was probably Gigi.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
You probably wouldn't like Gigi. Gigi's kind of one of those classic musicals that, you know, boomers watched. You need to watch a more modern one.
Probably.
You might like Heathers. That's one that everybody loves.
Oh yeah, Heather.
I can try it.
I loved Heathers. It was, yeah, the movie was good and the musical was good. But the movie, oh man, so good with Winona Ryder.
See, this is why I feel bad about having that job, but never taking advantage of those of the discounts on the tickets, because I had so many opportunities to see all these different musicals, never got around to seeing them.
What ones did you like? Do you remember what you could have seen but you didn't see?
The shows I remember having at that theater, we had Mamma Mia there twice.
Oh, Mamma Mia is okay. That's a jukebox musical.
Yeah.
Those are meh, but that's just my opinion.
Well, that's a good at least half of the shows that we had. Like, it was Mamma Mia. I remember doing Mamma Mia twice. I think 3 times. We had Rock.
Oh, wow.
We had Rock of Ages there.
Oh, that's one I haven't listened to.
Yeah. What was the other one? We had West Side Story.
West Side Story is pretty good. That's a Stephen Sondheim.
We had Shrek the musical there.
Oh, I love Shrek. Oh, I want to be one of the ensemble people in Story of My Life. Because I can't be Fiona.
It was nuts.
I love that show.
It had a huge like loadout of trucks. I think it was a full 4 freaking fully loaded, you know, long haul trucks. It was nuts.
I can see why.
And then there was a couple others. I just don't remember what they all were. I don't recall. I think I only worked one of the nights. It might have been the opening night, or the first night they loaded in Wicked.
Oh, no way. Oh, I love Wicked. I want to be Glinda in it so bad because she's the ingenue, kind of. I love her.
I haven't seen it myself, but my dad is obsessed with that musical.
It's so good. Do you know what it's like about?
It's supposed to be like the prequel story to Wizard of the Oz. In fact, I think it's supposed to. I think
Yeah.
it's even supposed to. Well, if you decide to put them all in a timeline together, which probably doesn't make that much sense. I think it would actually take place before the what was it? What was the freaking James Franco and uh,
Oh, just Oz the Great and Powerful. Ugh,
I think
that's
so.
not even real. Wicked is based off of a novel, which is by the same name. So that predated anything that Tim Burton touched.
Yeah.
That predated anything that Tim Burton had to do with Wizard of Oz. But somebody wrote a novel. I can't remember the author's name, but they wrote the novel Wicked, and then Broadway was like, "Let's do that. Let's make that our next big old Broadway hit." So what Wicked is about is, it certainly is a prequel to The Wizard of Oz, and it's about the Wicked Witch of the West. They've given her a name. Her name is now Elphaba, and our Good Witch of the South, Glinda, but her real name, or her full name really being Galinda, they move in together at a college.
Hmm.
And then it kind of shows how they grow up until the incident of, Dorothy coming to Oz.
I recall hearing that some of the music in that show is some of the best that's ever been written.
Oh, it is. It's Stephen Schwartz. It has to be. Stephen Schwartz also did like Pippin and stuff.
Pippin, for
Yeah, Pippin's another big one, but I'm personally not super into it. Wicked is my
because
true
I hear the name Pippin and I immediately jump to Lord of the Rings.
That's the opposite for me. I could never get into Lord of the Rings.
Oh
But
man,
Pippin has hit both of our worlds, even still.
I thought just occurred to me, Lord of the Rings the musical.
It exists.
Does it?
That's kind of scary.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not my favorite. It's okay. It could be worse though. So they did a decent job with that one.
Well, at least it's decent.
Yeah.
That's still funny to me.
It has original music, which is a plus. So they could have been really lazy and picked like a jukebox musical for that, but they wrote original songs for it.
See, there's this band that a friend of mine introduced me to. It's called Battle Lore, and it's apparently like, I think it's supposed to be like a symphonic metal band or something like that. But the music is very much based on the Lord of the Rings franchise.
Oh.
It's really interesting to hear. I actually enjoy it, but I haven't gone out of my way to listen to it. I've usually heard it when I go and visit my friend.
That's cool.
Yeah, there's all kinds of fun metal bands that do things like that. My favorite is this group called Dream Evil. I think they're Swedish, but the oh, what was the name of that album? They have an album. I know at least one of their albums is largely like one entire story about like a prince going to fight a dragon in hell or something like that.
Oh, I'm into it.
Oh yeah.
I'm into princes fighting dragons.
Dragons are cool.
The album is called Dragon Slayer. It was released in 2002.
Oh.
It's really, I love it so much. Like one of my favorite tracks on it is simply because of the name. It's just a song. It's called Heavy Metal Jesus.
That sounds funny.
pretty weird.
They write it and it's so much fun to listen to, honestly.
Huh. I might try it listening.
Give them a shot. They're called Dream Evil. I would check out the Dragon Slayer album first, but everything else is usually also pretty good. But that's coming from me because I'm a huge fan of heavy metal.
I'm not. I think there's only one song that I listen
I like Set It Off and Avenged Sevenfold.
Avenged Sevenfold is fun. I'm not a fan of all their songs, but there's definitely quite a few of them. In fact, I mentioned the Carry On ending to the Black Ops series earlier. Carry On is a song performed by Avenged Sevenfold in that game. And it was fun. It was so much fun to listen to and to watch.
Yeah.
Especially if you get to a particular ending, it just has a funny little bit in that entire performance at the end. But it is, yeah, it's so much fun.
Writing Metallica.
Yeah.
Metallica is my all-time favorite.
I also like Get Scared. They're a cool band.
What was the name of the band?
Get Scared. They do metal.
Get Scared.
I'm not sure if it's heavy metal, but it's metal regardless. They kind of remind me of Set It Off. The singers kind of sound alike.
I really wish I would have been able to stick around for that Rock of Ages show that showed up at our theater. But unfortunately, the most I ever get to see of the shows, or the most I ever got to see of the shows, was usually the last like couple of minutes of the show before the curtain drops. And I was there for like the closing, like the closing song of Rock of Ages. And I remember watching through the stage screen that they have in the back room, and that looked like just a really insane, intense, not like performance right there in that last bit.
Hey, like I said, bootlegs.
I got the question. When are we gonna go to the next question that was asked?
I was about to get to that actually.
Also, 15 more minutes. By the way.
Why is it friggin' germ? What did I just join
Uh,
into? You just joined into something. Well, you just joined into a fun conversation, Gerb. That's what. All right. From Washy Wolfie again. Giggles, what is your favorite musical?
Oh, right now it's probably Beetlejuice. I really love Beetlejuice the musical. I want nothing more than to be
Beetlejuice.
Lydia.
Say
Yeah.
my name 2 times in a row.
There's a song in the show called Say My Name, and it's all about Beetlejuice trying to get Lydia to say his name, and I love that. It's my favorite one.
Say my name 3 times in a row.
All you gotta do is say my name. Ba-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum.
I have the original movie sitting around here somewhere in my room. I just gotta get to watching it again.
Oh, it's so good. I used to love the film and also the cartoon.
Oh,
But the musical is my favorite version of specifically the character Beetlejuice. I feel like what's his name? Michael Keaton was a little too sleazy, and the cartoon Beetlejuice was too child friendly. But the one in the musical is perfect balance of both.
Yeah.
And he's played by Alex Brightman.
I know I've heard that name.
Yeah.
He was also in
same.
School of Rock.
Ah, that explains it.
The musical version, though, not the movie version, because that was Jack Black.
Shall we go to the next question?
I can see Jack Black doing a musical pretty well.
Yeah.
Ooh, Jack Black.
So from Will Rambles, what musical do you think is underrated?
Underrated. Oh man. Oh shoot. I would say Six is a little underrated. I know I see like a bunch of people really enjoy it. But I think like, you know, some of the more serious, like thespians, they're always like, Six, no, I don't want to be in Six. It's too like immature for me. But I think it's actually a really great piece. What Six is for those who don't know, is it's a kind of a newer musical. If you're familiar with The Great Comet or Hamilton, this is kind of up that alley where they take the 6 wives of King Henry VIII and they make a show about them. And the whole plot is they're like, who's going to be the leader of our girl band? They're like in a modernized girl band. So they're like, who's going to be the leader? We've all been married to King Henry. You know, we're in this girl band. What are we going to do? And someone goes, oh, what if we all talk about all the crap that we've been through married to King Henry, and whoever had the worst time gets to be the leader? And it's really cute, and I really enjoy it.
Makes sense.
I would like to be Anne Boleyn or Catherine Parr in that one.
I don't think I could ever do things like that. I'm too introverted and lazy.
When I was your age, I thought the same thing. And now
Yeah.
look at me. You never know.
Yeah, living in LA, one of the LA is just too crowded for me.
That's okay.
Yes.
I'm in here instead of New York.
No. New York is probably the only place I can think of that's probably more crowded, honestly. But I haven't looked
Yeah,
at the
it would be
demographics.
downtown.
Let's. Oh, Will also says, also give us the bootlegs, the audience.
Dude, I'll link you right now. Hold
um,
on. Let me just go find some of them.
and no, Germ Ween is not the greatest band of all time.
Oof.
That was the question.
I gave him the answer. He was asking,
Yeah.
is Ween not the greatest band of all time? If you don't know who Ween is, they're the people who do that Ocean Man song at the end of the SpongeBob movie.
Oh, yeah. Ocean Man, take me by the land,
Yeah.
take me to the land.
I can't really answer the next one because I don't watch sitcoms.
Oh, yeah.
Sitcom.
What is your favorite sitcom?
Us, Bible
I don't know if it counts as a sitcom, but it was a show. I really liked what's it called? It had Neil Patrick Harris in it again. Series of Unfortunate Events. Oh my gosh, I loved it. I consider it a sitcom because it made me laugh a
Wait.
whole lot.
For
was it again?
sitcoms, for me,
No.
my favorite sitcom was actually Drake and Josh.
That's a
Wait,
good one. Whoa, just take it easy, man.
That,
Miracle. I killed Oprah.
unfortunately, that was the last show I think was actually like good from Dan Schneider before he, all of his shows succumbed to that weird writing syndrome of everybody thinking, oh yeah, people just being a dick is funny.
oof.
But yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the worse person you are, the funnier you are. I'm like, that doesn't work. Please stop. That's just uncomfortable now.
Wait, does Girl Meets World count as a sitcom?
I think it does, actually.
In that case, that's mine. Because, like, I actually cried from the ending of Girl Meets World.
Huh.
Wait, what?
There's not a lot of shows that can actually get me to cry, honestly. The few that have, they definitely stand out for me.
Girl Meets World, the first, like, actual show to make me cry.
Was there any like particular like influence or maybe like some particular like show that was like a catalyst to get you to start the Ingenue show?
I want to say things like what I mentioned earlier with Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog, but also various fairy tale characters and just my own kind of twisted affection towards villains, because people in the theater building that I went to college at for some time, they would often that was my typecast. I always got cast as the ingenue more often than not and stuff, and so everybody kind of saw me as what the internet calls a cinnamon or cinnamon roll. Is that what it is, like the sweet one?
It's
out of
usually
the friend group?
cinnamon roll or
That's what
cinnamon
everybody
bun.
called me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cinnamon bun, whatever. That's what everybody kind of saw me as. But I always like the dark things, and I like the morbid things, and I like gross things and scary things. So I think it just, part of it came from how I think other people see me, which is like, oh, she's so cute. What's she listening to?
Yeah.
And it's like that one meme where that girl is like listening to heavy metal on the bus or something.
Yeah, I remember that one.
That's how I think other people see me.
That's,
so it came from that, kind of.
That's hilarious. I love that.
For a while.
Thank you.
Mason, that's not a circle. Sorry to break it to you, but that's kind of like a deflated basketball.
Shut up. I can imagine him sitting there like, shut up, I'm doing my best.
Then try and draw the circle shape first.
Shut up.
Shut up, I'm doing...
Yeah, shut up, I'm doing my best.
Then freaking draw a circle right and I'll shut up.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, so we're starting to get to that last 5 minutes, so I think we're gonna start wrapping it up at this point.
Okay.
So this is
Yeah,
this has definitely been pretty fun. Lots of fun questions and answers all around. Um, is there anything that you want to, try to? Is there anything that you want to plug while you're here, or something you want to promote?
Pretty much the ingenue show, and also I am in a fan dub of the webtoon Cursed Princess Club. I play Princess Maria in it, and that will be happening over at MCZ Dub Productions on YouTube. And I hear that our first episode is getting pretty close to done, so I'm excited about it.
Any tentative or estimated release date for that?
We're not entirely sure. We had a couple of editors have to drop out due to COVID-related reasons, so it got a little stalled. But I hear that it's coming up soon, so it's none of my business. But I know that it's happening soon. Hopefully in the next week.
Hopefully, we'll look forward to that.
Also subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Ark, if you were to look at what I put below the Xbox,
I see it. I see it.
Well, he freaking talks now. The last 5 minutes and he finally freaking talks.
Yay! Something will happen.
He's not gonna talk anymore, isn't he?
No.
Well, at
Like
least he said
verb,
something.
it's a verb. He talks once or twice, and that's it.
It's all right. Well, we've got our own. I've got some. I've got some scores to settle with Mason after a couple of those drawings. Hey Mason, when are you available, buddy?
Can I
You go.
can I record what happened?
Dom is gonna be the cameraman for this.
Mason, no here.
Can I be for the audio, like I'm just holding the mic above them?
This
Hey
is
Mason,
good.
You should have said this is Pepito. It makes it weirder.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us tonight, Michelle. This has been a lot of fun.
Thanks so much for having me.
No problems. So definitely, you guys check those out. The Ingenue show will definitely have some links available for you guys in the
Near future.
yeah. We have our Discord server, so I'll make sure the links are available in there. As well. What did you say it was? MCZ. What was it?
MCZ Dub Productions.
MCZ Dub Productions. We'll have a link available for that too, so you guys can check that out. This is.
I'm
What was that, Luigi?
putting the link in the chat, by the way.
Cool. Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
and I might upload these sketches on my Twitter because I don't want them to go to waste.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he speaks again.
But
Yeah.
otherwise, thank you all for joining us tonight. This has been pretty fun. Look forward to more from Michelle, and keep an eye on her and her work because she's pretty fun. There's gonna be a lot of fun moving forward to see where these little projects of hers go.
Thank you.
So otherwise, the rest of you all have a really good night. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See ya.
Oh, thank you, everybody.
All right. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.